If you've been following my channel for a little while now, you know that I've been traveling and I love it. I'm going to share kind of what my day's like. So I work at a place that is about an hour and a half from where I currently live. So some days I drive, some days I stay at a hotel. I'm also very fortunate because I get to work 6 days in a row and then I have 8 days off. So not every travel place or travel assignment will allow you to do this. So I'm very fortunate. So let's start out my day. So typically I wake up at 4 a.m. First thing I like to do is grab a bite to eat, and then I will go ahead, brush my teeth, do all that other good stuff. I typically shower at night, that way in the morning I can just go right to work. And of course I gotta do my hair and all that other good stuff. So once I finish eating and doing all that, I like to hit the road and just get going. So like I said, I drive about an hour and a half. It's a long drive. However, on the very first day, you got to get to work, and that's what you got to do. And then once I get to work, it's just like being a respiratory therapist anywhere else. So typically, I either work in the ICU, the floors, or even the ER. So the place that I'm at, they have a NICU. So I am strictly adults. I have worked in the NICU before, and I do like working with babies. However, it's not my strongest suit, so therefore I try and stay away. And they don't ever put me in the NICU. They stick me strictly with adults. So far, it's mainly been ICU and the emergency room, or the ER. So the ICU is just like any other ICU. You got your vents. Right now, they're full of COVID patients. Lots of proning, Flolan, nitric, all that other good stuff. So it is a little stressful because the place that I'm currently at is busy. I mean, why do they need travelers? Because they're short-staffed. They're getting flooded with patients, and they just need people to work. So typically, I have 12 patients in the ICU. I can have 12 vents, but typically it's about 8 to 10 vents, because some of the people are on high flows or BiPAPs. Like I said, lots of COVID. However, you do have your typical overdoses, car accidents. I mean, there's tons of reasons people can be in the ICU, but those are just a few. If I'm on the floors, I still do my typical thing where I do any kind of therapy, such as like Flutter, EasyPap, ISs or ISBs. I go ahead and do my neb treatments, my MDIs, my DPIs. It's just like working on the floors at any other hospital. So, like I said before, they are kind of short, so you are busy. Right now, the place that I'm working at, they are doing disaster charting. So typically, it's every 8 hours. So Q8. So like vent checks are Q8, high flow checks are Q8. They make the nebulizers Q8 unless the patient takes a Q4 at home, or even a QID. Then we go ahead and make sure the patient is getting what they normally take at home. Overall, my day pretty much looks the same as where I worked when I was a full-time employee. So essentially, I go ahead and I read chest x-rays, I evaluate patients, I do everything on the floors. The emergency room is basically the same. This place also has a trauma center, so whenever there's a trauma, of course Respiratory has to respond. So the place that I'm working at now actually used to own the hospital that I was a full-time employee at. So it was very nice because we have the same ventilators, the same protocols, the charting system is the same. So that makes life just so much easier on me. Plus, I'm day shift now compared to nights. That's one of the other reasons I started to go travel, because I was kind of sick of nights. I would love to sit here and tell you that life is so different being a travel respiratory therapist when you're actually working in the hospital, but it's the exact same working anywhere else as a respiratory therapist. Yes, some things may be different here and there. However, essentially you're still doing the same job. Now, outside of work, how's life that way? So, like I said, I work 6 days in a row and then I have 8 off. So typically on that 6-day stretch, some days I will drive home. However, most times I do stay at a hotel, because it's about $20 a day to actually drive to work and back home, and I can get a hotel for $55. Plus, the travel company that I'm working for pays for all of, I get so much money a week to basically pay for food, the hotel, like gas, anything really. I mean, I can use whatever I want with that money. That's why sometimes I like driving, because I can just kind of bank that money. What I also do is I pre-make my meals all the way in advance. That way I can just go ahead and get to the hotel, throw them in the fridge, and I don't gotta worry about cooking food. I don't gotta worry about buying food. I mean, I have it all. Plus, I've been working out a little bit lately. Plus, I've been meal prepping more, so that's essentially why I'm doing that. Right now, I am working 7 a to 7 p. So I get off of the gym and I can do whatever I want. Go back to the hotel, I can chill. If I want to go out to eat, I can do that. If I want to go to the gym, I can do that. I can do whatever I want. One nice thing about actually staying up there as well is that I can actually get a good amount of sleep. So when I was driving there and then driving back home, like I said, my drive is an hour and a half, so that's 3 hours of driving plus working 12 hours. So essentially my days were 15-hour days after working and driving. So you do that 6 days in a row and it kind of takes a toll on you. So I wasn't a huge fan of that. Another reason I decided to stay at a hotel. I don't have to be bougie and stay at the most fanciest hotel there is. I can stay at wherever I want. I do know a traveler who stayed at a pretty sketchy hotel, and he said that his first night there, someone in the room next to him overdosed, and then another night the hotel caught on fire. So if you're looking to travel, make sure that you stay away from any sketchy hotels. Yes, they may be extremely cheap, but there's a reason they're cheap. Well, anyway, I hope this gave you some insight on what it's like being a travel respiratory therapist and some different things that I go through. Anyway, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below and I'll answer it. See you in the next one.